We just had everybody's turn.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Very good to see you all here. My name's Ed Kinane. I'm part of Upstate Drone Action, along with many other folks in this room. Before I introduce our speakers this evening, I do want to mention something very disturbing, which is that we learned that on Monday, U.S. drones massacred 150 Somalis in one attack. So perhaps we could just have a moment of silence in memory of those unknown people. Thank you. I learned about this massacre through an article by Glenn Greenwald. He was an investigative journalist. And he has what I find to be a really pregnant paragraph about, well, first of all, how many of you had heard about this massacre? Okay, pretty much most of us. But I would wager that very few U.S. people have heard about it.
Yeah, you're right.
And Glenn Greenwald, I just want to read this paragraph to you, which is his analysis of why the killing of 150 people probably won't get too much attention here in the U.S. Due one, the election season obsession with horse race analysis and pressing matters such as the size of Donald Trump's hands. Two, widespread Democratic indifference to the killing of foreigners where there's no partisan advantage to be had against the GOP from pretending to care. Three, the invisibility of places like Somalia and the implicit devaluing of lives there. And lastly, the complete normalization of the model whereby the U.S. president kills whomever he wants, whenever he wants, without regard to any semblance of law, process, accountability, or evidence. Now, back on January 28th, we, a number of us, a dozen of us who were arrested, and there were many other supporters across the road out of Hancock, commemorating Jerry Berrigan. Jerry Berrigan, in his 90s, when interviewed by the Syracuse Post-Standard, said, "I would have resisted more often and been arrested more often." So that was just the latest of one of our civil resistance actions out at Hancock. There were about 10 or 11 others before that Jerry Berrigan commemoration, whereby we had 30 life-size cutouts of Jerry blocking the entrance and the exit to Hancock Air Base, drone base. Previous to that was the Big Books action. Several huge books, maybe 8 feet high. Ellen would know about this.
7 feet high.
7 feet high, yeah. This is one of Ellen's brainchilds. And we blocked the entrance there as well. And going back, time is too short to go into the list of all our actions. But one action is particularly important, and that is the action that Marianne Grady wasn't involved in, but nonetheless has spent 49 days in prison because she took pictures of that action. And then also, Marianne's from Ithaca. I think everyone in the room knows. And everyone knows Marianne. And I think probably most everyone knows Professor Harry Murray from Nazareth College, who tonight will be sentenced by Judge Gideon. Now, Harry was arrested way back in 2013, I believe, and he's only now coming to justice. And then Beth Harris from Ithaca
Professor at Ithaca College, retired, is that right?
But also a member of Jewish Voices for Peace. And she is going to mention the ACLU initiative to limit the upcoming president's ability to kill at will. So, I think with that, and we'll finish up with some Q&A if we have time. So we'll all try to be briefer than I'm being. Okay,
Okay.
Mary Ann, hit it.
All right, thank you, Ed. And I want to say